Henry Martocchio.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Go ahead. No. You go ahead. No. You don't want to be after me. Trust me.
Thank you, Chairman Coleman, Representative Fox, for holding this public hearing today. My name is Marisa Ringel. I'm from Fairfield, Connecticut. I was first looped into the family court in 2005 when I filed. I was told by my very nice attorney, Michael Myers from Fairfield, that he told me it would be about $5,000 in 6 months to a year, and that should wrap it up. What happened was my ex came out aggressive. He wanted alimony, he wanted child support, he wanted the kids, he wanted me out of the house. And that's when I was introduced to the idea of a guardian ad litem. I'd never heard of it before, and being in a situation where all of this was very new to me, I signed up for it, and not realizing that it was a $450 per hour service that would be endless. The guardian ad litem her name was Sandy Lax. She did a really good job at first to get the ex-husband to calm down in aggression. She got the shared parenting going on within a month, so I think that she had a lot of value in that first month. And then after that, we did she helped us get used to the new parenting plan idea. And then the judgment came, so that was all pre-judgment. So even though her charge was exorbitant, there was some value. I think her service should have been about $100 or $200 per hour, would have made more sense. It would have helped me not be in the situation I am today, where I'm bankrupt and trying to navigate out of foreclosure out of my house. My ex wanted money, he wanted the kids, and the guardian ad litem told me, which I think should be banned from guardian ad litem language, that if I don't settle for no alimony, no child support, and sign these papers, that also included signing her onto a service contract for an additional 3 years on the case at $450 an hour, then I would lose custody. Yeah. So she felt that my ex had a financial incentive for going after custody, and he did. And she told me if I signed that, no alimony, no child support, a 60-40 split of assets, his favor, with her being on the contract, on the divorce agreement for 3 years, that he would leave me alone. He will leave me alone with custody. So that, when we sold the marital home, the first check out of the marital home went to the guardian ad litem. That was for about $35,000. That's in addition to the retainment fees that we were paying her along the way. When she stayed on the case post-judgment, she rang up another $80,000. I was responsible for 50% of that. I think that some of the ladies here have testified that when you're up against a family or an ex-husband from a lot of money, you're not going to do very well with custody. So that's what happened here. I'm in favor of 494, but let's rev up the language. It's way too weak in the language. I'm very happy to see the opportunity to have these issues in front of the Judiciary Committee this year. It's been 10 years. I haven't seen an opportunity like this the whole time that I've been in divorce court. This is the year. So let's embrace all the changes that are happening in the world in geopolitical, technology, macroeconomics. Let's make this change happen here this year, this short legislative session, and get substantial changes made. Let's rev up the language on 494. Let's include shared parenting and consequences to parents that want to manipulate children against the parent. I haven't seen my darling son in a year, and it's why I'm here today. I'm afraid to be here. I'm afraid to speak out, and I started some flyers, dispersing flyers for the January 9th hearing under a name called Coalition for Connecticut Family Court Reform, and because I'm in marketing, I put my name and number on it, and I will tell you that people have been using that number to call, and I just put one flyer out per town. I'm not out there a lot at all with that flyer, But people have been calling that number, and they're fearful. They're really fearful to file a grievance against their GAL. They're fearful to file a complaint against a judge because of retaliation. They're fearful to come here to testify in front of you. They don't want they're on the phone. Representative Vargas has been taking phone calls of people that don't even want to put something in writing with anonymous. They don't want the email to be tracked. There's dozens of people out there that were too fearful to speak out. So as much as it's hard for all of us to come out here and risk possible retaliation, I do feel like I've received some from my GAL, and that's one of the reasons why it's been continued alienation going on in my case. It's just very severe fear of GALs and judges out there, and this needs to be reformed. We can't have this. We have to have an open and honest system where people can complain about the GAL. You need to be able to file a motion for removal of a GAL and actually have it be heard with it from a credible source that can actually remove a GAL. I can't get this woman that's ineffective. She's billed $8,000 this year. I haven't been able to pay her, but she's billed $8,000 this year for managing the situation with which my ex took my son, and I haven't seen him. So what is she doing for this money? She's forced us to take him to a therapist that's not working. She's forced him to go into psychiatric treatment that's not working. Everybody's billing into this family. I'm already broken. I'm already bankrupt. I had a heart attack that the cardiologist said was stress-related. There's only 120 in a million. That's 100% stress-related. And it's all because of this whole system. And I would just say it's a dangerous system. I can't tell you how many people are out there depressed and, some of them thinking of suicide because they've been parental alienation so badly they're bankrupt. I think it's a public health safety hazard. I do. And it's really time to put significant changes. We don't want to wait another 10 years for this opportunity. So please, let's revisit shared parenting and 494 and rev it up significantly. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for Ms. Ringel? Representative Gonzalez.
Thank you. I don't know if you heard about one of the reporters saying that that I've been telling parents not to pay the gardening item, that's not true. But I will say to you, if you don't have the money, just send $5, $10, whatever you got. I think that as long as you don't refuse to pay, the court, they can go after you. As far as I know, I deal with a case, and I deal with a case in court that she was to pay. So this person was supposed to pay some money to a landlord. The person didn't have no money, so the court. She said the only thing that I can pay a month is $10 because I don't have no money. So the court went ahead and say, go ahead, just pay the $10 as long as you don't refuse to pay. They can't do anything about it. And that's I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a judge, but I'm saying that as long as you don't refuse to pay. But do you lose your job because of this?
And there's been an enormous economic, forget about the over $100,000 that I've paid with attorneys and GALs and all of the court-appointed psych evaluations, counselors for the children, co-parenting counselors, reunification therapists. All of that is substantial, but the biggest problem is that when I filed for divorce, I was a founder and managing member of a marketing and research company that was built up to be a $1 million of revenue, and I was employing people. I had they're all Connecticut people. We were bringing in money from New Jersey and New York and London, and when I had to come appear and constantly answer the GAL's issues, my ex would complain about me and false allegations all the time, and the GAL just spun and spun with that because it's all billable hours. All of those billable hours were 100% initiated, or most of them were initiated by my ex-husband, just spinning because his parents were paying the bills. So when I had to show up to court with all of these new custody battles that never ended, that was not true when the GAL said just sign this, sign away all of this, and then you will never have a custody problem again. That wasn't true. It just kept going on and on and on, and still is to this day. So I have to appear in court all the time. Lately, it's getting worse too. In the past 2 years, I'm in court once every 2 months, which is a significant rise in what it was when I first was coming. So it's getting worse. It's not getting better. So I had to let go. I was not able to service my clients because I'm servicing the courtroom and constantly meeting with the therapist, constantly meeting with the GAL, constantly meeting with the judges in court. I couldn't service my clients, so I had to I had to let everybody go, and I didn't have a business anymore. And then when I went to go get new jobs, now I was in court in January, and I'm getting a warning from my boss because I'm not at work again. So and lots of parents are complaining about this, how we're getting warnings. What I'm good at is building businesses. I'm not good at being in family court. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here in front of you all, although, I fully respect all of your public service, but I would rather be working in my marketing business and building up, and Representative Fox, I know that you're in Stanford. I would like to be convincing my company to have another building in Stanford. I'm not good at this. So yeah, I'm good at marketing, and I want to be building businesses instead of coming in and trying to I come to court looking for justice and looking for help with my bully ex-husband, and I look at the judge and I ask, the judge just doesn't get it. And I even told Judge Corinne Klatt, I was like, you just don't, the judges and GALs just don't know, either they don't know or they're just too worried about the money. I don't know, but I said to Judge Klatt, I said, you honestly don't know what to do about parental alienation, do you? And she said, no, I honestly don't think we do. So they need better instruction, and this shared parenting bill will help that. The 6685, Raise Bill 6885, will help the judges know how to handle these situations where children are being used as punishment by some certain manipulative spouses. I mean, I'm not a fighter. I know that a lot of the GALs will call us, we're the high conflict family. We're high conflict people. I'm not high conflict. I signed away alimony and child support to prevent conflict. But I have a high conflict ex that wants to fight and belittle. So what do I do? Who do I turn to for help? I was going to the judge for help, and I'm not getting the help there because he's got these Top Gun lawyers that are. I'm pro se now. I can't afford it. All my money was spent after the first 5 years. I've got no more money, and I've got he can fund all the attorneys he wants. So I'm getting slaughtered, and so now I went to the judge. And I couldn't get any help from the judge. And then thank God that you all approved this task force last year. Thank God, because I would be depressed. I really would be. I haven't seen my son in a year. And please make it a meaningful session, please.
So do you live in Stanford? You live in Stanford?
I live in Fairfield and I work in Stanford. So we're very thankful. In Fairfield, we're very thankful for Senator John McKinney has been hearing us all out. I know he's met with the other parents here. Representative Tony Huang has spent a lot of time speaking with parents. Brenda Kupchak. Minnie, you've done an amazing amount of work. Ed Vargas has been taking phone calls of people that are afraid to write. Ed's given out his cell phone numbers to those parents that are afraid to write down so that they can talk to him about it. And I hope to be thanking all of you the next time I'm here. I would like to know each of your names, and I'd like to thank each one of you because this is truly a great opportunity for this committee to show true leadership in our state. We need it. We need innovation. We need reform, not only in family court, but we need it on the economy side too. But let's show them how it's done. Let's show them how it's done here in the Judiciary Committee on the Family Court Matters, because it does start with the family. And if we could solve the problems with the family, what more can we do? I know I can help. I can help. If you get me out of court, I'm going to go help build a business. Just get me out of family court.
Well,
I want my son back.
Thank you very much. I think that there's a lot of people out there that they thought years ago that they were by themselves,
Yes,
that was happening only to them.
Correct.
and after, you know, it was a lot of gag orders, and people, they were afraid, you know, to talk about their cases. But now that it's out there, that it's public, I don't think that. I think that people are looking into it. Elected officials were looking into that, how and trying to find a solution for this. I think that it's not now as bad as it was before, because now the judges know that everybody's looking, everybody's paying attention. The guardians in light on the same thing. I heard that there are a lot of guardians in light dropping cases. That the parents tried to get rid of them for years. And as soon as we start this, there were a lot of guardians in light dropping cases. So my opinion is they are dropping cases because they were doing something wrong. And right now they are afraid, and that's why they're dropping the cases. So in a way, I think that you're doing very good. You said that you fear, and you know you don't want to file motions. Go ahead, file those motions that you want to. Give them a lot of work and tell them that you're not afraid anymore. We're not afraid anymore. This is different. This is a new beginning, and you know what? If we fight all together, we'll be successful. You know, don't give up. Just put up fight and keep up fight, and let's work together.
One more point I just would like to add. There's this new trend going on where the GALs, I did file a grievance against my GAL because I've been trying to put my recommendation to see a therapist, a reunification therapist hasn't worked. So I've been putting forth my recommendations for doctors, all sorts of doctors and counselors, and every one of them has been shot down by my GAL. And that's robbing me 100% of my parenting rights. And I filed a grievance against my GAL. That went nowhere. Well, first I filed a motion to have her removed. That went nowhere. I filed a grievance to have her removed. That went nowhere. She serves on the Milford Bar. Well, there's this new trend now that the GAL will hire an attorney. So it's exactly what you've heard from some other parents. So now I can't talk to the GAL. I have to talk to her attorney to talk to the GAL. So in that case, that needs to be, I don't know if there's something you can do immediately, but that needs to be, this GAL, if she needs to hire an attorney to do her job, she needs to be off the case, because I can't talk to her. And how am I going to see my son if this person that I can't talk to is totally controlling everything? And she controls all the dialogue to the judge. Nothing's moving on my end.
Now you know Representative Fox.
Yes.
Okay, from Stanford.
Do you want to come to lunch?
Well, thank you
I
very
didn't think
much.
I was buying, but I have no money.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks.